Well, our correspondent Uche Okoro joins me now live from Awka. Uche, now tell us what more you can tell us more about the voting process, especially in some polling units that had theirs extended till 4 p.m.
As I speak to you, there's been no update as to if INEC has concluded or put a seal on the conduct of the election so far, even though we heard earlier from the commission that election had been extended by 1 hour. That 1 hour obviously has expired a number of hours ago, so we do not know what the commission would do going forward as to ensure that every registered voter who is willing and available to cast their votes actually do so. I believe in the coming minutes or hours we'll get update on that. There are already speculations that election is very likely to hold tomorrow. We've seen this happen in other states, especially Rivers State in the past, where election was spilled over into Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. For now, we do not know if that's going to be the case, but from indications and from, of course, reports we're getting from several polling units that have had challenges with the new technology introduced by INEC, it would not be surprising that the next update that would come from the commission here in this hall would be an announcement that election would hold in few identified areas by the commission tomorrow. So that's the situation. We expect that collation would have begun at the collation centers from results that have been gathered at the polling units. So any moment from now, of course those results will begin to arrive here at the INEC headquarters here in Awka. But for now, we expect the commission to come out with further information in the next few hours as to what would happen tomorrow, or if election has finally been wrapped up today, Saturday.
All right, while we wait for the collation to begin, what has been the general pulse of the people during the conduct of the exercise, especially as we understand that some polling units had cases of the bimodal voter accreditation system not functioning properly? What has been the general pulse of residents since they cast their ballot today?
Well, first off, in Anambra State, I'll say that the people are more relieved, because many persons, virtually almost a large percentage of residents and even visitors like us, journalists, came into the state apprehensive. People came into today apprehensive, fear of the unknown. Many persons didn't know what to expect, even though, of course, there were reassurances that the sit at home had been cancelled and everyone was urged to go about their normal electoral responsibilities and duties. But so far so good. I would say that the pulse of the people is one of relief, because everyone is relieved that their worst fears didn't materialize. I for one didn't get to wear my bulletproof vest today, even though of course I had it handy, like I did in Rivers and in Bayelsa. So for most of us and residents of the state, we're relieved that this election has come and it is gradually going. Of course, in a couple of days or 2-3 days maximum, all this would have been over. So yes, the pulse of the people of Anambra State is one of relief. And then while I made my way from Agwata back to Awka this evening, I noticed that even before the curfew, even before the end of the expiration of the 4 p.m., 5 p.m. curfew, people were already out on the streets. People were already out on the streets, relaxed, happy, for those who cast their votes, that is. So yes, there is this feeling of relaxation in Anambra State. We haven't gotten any reports of violence, killings, or attacks. So yes, there is a feeling of relaxation, there is a feeling of relief on the part of the electorate on that aspect. But then again, there is the usual disappointment that technology brings with it in the course of elections. INEC never got it right with the smart read. When I mean got it right, they never 100% got it right all the time throughout the era of the smart card reader since 2015, and now we have a new technology being introduced. People are saying, isn't this just the more things change, the more they remain the same? They're hoping that this is not just going to be changing for the heck of it, changing for the sake of changing. They want to see change of technology, and not just change, an improvement in the technology. So going forward, people are saying we do not want this to repeat itself in future elections. And even though INEC wasn't able to get it right with smart card readers, by forthcoming elections, future elections, perhaps even tomorrow if elections hold, there should be improvement in the technology. So that's the pulse of the people here in Anambra State.
And talking about the technology, we understand the Electoral Commission had earlier in a statement that the polling units affected by the software glitches where the BVAS failed to function will have the elections held tomorrow or later at a determined date by the Commission. What more can you tell us about this, even as we wait for the collation to begin?
Well, I mentioned earlier, the Commission has not given us specifics on that. But like I said, it would not be surprising because we have seen this happen in other states where for legitimate reasons, elections could not hold. When I mean legitimate reasons, I mean not for reasons related to ballot box snatching or violence, or maybe the electoral officers were prevented illegally from accessing the polling units from the racks, or people prevented the materials from moving from the racks to the polling units, for their own selfish reasons. No, those are not legitimate reasons. INEC is saying for legitimate reasons, inability of the beavers machine to do its job, or for one reason or the other, maybe weather or something, or maybe number of voters exceeded the capacity of the personnel on ground to handle within stipulated time. No, and like I said, for just legitimate reasons, we are going to ensure that every last man votes. So if we go by the words of the Commission here in Awka, that every last man would vote, I dare say that we would not be surprised to see elections hold tomorrow. Right now, I can't give you specifics as to if any definite word has been given on that. We're keeping our options open. We're expecting anything to happen. Whatever happens, whatever the case is, we will be available to cover the rest of the election and bring our viewers the updates.
Uche Okoro live for us from Awka. Thanks a lot for the update.